We here to kick it, man.
Okay, cool. I want to know. I want him to know that we being safe though.
That's true. I'll just keep mine on because it's already on.
Most definitely. Bring the sanitizer in the shot.
That's called fucking bars. no. Hey.
Sanitize your hands. In your nyash.
I mean, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
yo,
squirter.
Oh, is this the triple action? It's not.
No,
I got
it's
you.
not.
You gotta save it this time. Yo, Roos. Is he there?
Nah, we'll be easy.
Damn. Yo, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yo, sanitize your hands right now, fam. Cause we about to get dirty, bro.
That rubbing hand.
Hey, are we
ASMR for you.
sitting on the sitting on the camera like or we?
Yo, the people want to see your face, brother.
You can show face if you want. I'm recording the Zoom, so everything's gonna be synced on.
If you don't want to show your face, we'll just put a picture of you.
Oh man, I don't even have nowhere to set up my phone for.
If you whatever we don't get, we just gonna audio that joint and then link the get the waves on.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Get the handstand ASMR.
All right, Collins is back online.
Yes, sir.
I gotta work on the next video for Monday. I don't even know what the hell I'm about to do. I'll figure that out. I don't know.
We online.
We live and affected.
Yes, sir.
The HB boys and AOC guys is connected.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here to spread the message that's redirected.
We on this bitch. Treating this bitch like a fetus.
Come on.
No disrespect.
Yo, that's
Oh,
crazy.
DeMarco,
Disrespect.
Marco.
I had a bar like that some years ago. I guess you wrote it first.
All right, man. All right, what's up, y'all?
Do I-
Oh yeah, it makes for a better experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Right.
let's hook you up real quick.
Give me right. Give me right. There we go, baby. Yes, sir. It's been a while since I did one of these, man.
Yes, sir.
Ugh. Yes, sir.
This is a fire setup.
There it is.
You hear yourself?
I can hear myself. I can always hear
You
myself.
gotta put on the Barry White voice.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We back.
That was Barry Black.
We back. We back.
We bike.
What's up, y'all? This is another episode of the AOC Podcast, and I got my boys with me. I'm in this joint doing the multimedia production. You know, the man behind the scenes,
Yes, sir.
in front of the scenes.
All the scenes.
But you know, I got my boys here with me. Hold on, my mic is not even.
Uh-oh. Is mine even?
Mine's just connected. It's just not into an input. That's why I can't hear myself.
The noise is hurting my ears.
Yo, Liv.
But as I do this, man, why don't y'all introduce yourselves to the world, man? They are some people already know who you are, but for those who don't know,
Let them know.
yeah, let them know, man.
Man,
Who wants to start us off?
I'll start it off.
Yeah.
You know, you may have heard me on a couple of tracks with Michael Jackson. You know, I did a couple of things with Drake. I'm the voice behind your favorite songs that you're stripping and your mom dance to. Also known as the 15th letter in the alphabet. They call me O. Your mom calls me Bear.
I'm not proud of laughing at that. I guess I'll go next. What's going on, everybody? My name is Steve Lanucci. I'm a regular old guy, to be honest, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm honored to be on the show. I'm honored to spread whatever nuggets of wisdom I have, and you know, let's see what we do with it.
Facts.
On God, cat.
So y'all might not see my face today, you know what I'm saying? But just know Jerry is here.
Yes, sir.
But hey, I'm not going by Jerry no more. I'm about to be 25, so I'm gonna start going by Jerry.
Yes, sir.
If you know,
What you
if
going
know,
by? What you say,
know.
King?
If you don't, you broke. I should say that. You feel me?
I think he said he's going by Kalechi. I like that.
The metamorphosis.
Kalechiku.
And we got another guest here, you know what I'm saying? That boy Roos.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody? It's Bruce.
In the unknown streets of Atlanta.
Mine's the DJ.
All the way from the
Whatever
A.
it go about right now. I'm on my Grizzly right now, so it's happening as much as I can.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
of course.
Sounds good to me. Good.
Okay, that was for mine.
Yes, sir.
This one's for yours.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Hello. Yeah, I came myself.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Make some magic.
Give him a little bit of ASMR. Nah,
This is a
damn.
very fire setup.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I just turned yours down. All right, man. We here,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
full effect. Came a long way, but like I said, I'm here with the man's them, and yeah, I brought him today, man, because some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know that 3 out of 4 of the guests here got their own podcast going on. Would you like to speak on that?
Of course. I'm 1/3 of his boldness. Man, I know Jerry and Roos, I know y'all don't have what was the thing we used to say? I don't got it up, man. We had a whole little script. It was going to be fire if I remembered it, but we got a podcast, his boldness. You remember it?
Ooh, yeah, it's a community for young men, to express themselves in leadership and communication. That's
Yes, sir.
about the 95%. If I can off the top of my head.
Yes, sir. But honestly, it was a podcast, or it is a podcast. We fell off for a little bit, but we definitely gonna come back. Podcast where we just try to, uplift, us black men, and then if the women want to tune in, we give the nuggets, but just the community, like he said, just giving knowledge, our own experiences. Like I said, I ain't better than no man here, anybody, but I got experiences that I feel like can help somebody. So same thing with I know he say Jerry, same thing with Roos. We all had experiences. So podcast, we have guests on it every now and then. Nice topics. Y'all go check that out. His bonus on Spotify, Apple Music.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere else.
Instagram,
The podcasts are available. Twitter. Check us
Hey,
out.
follow us on
Sir.
Twitter, follow Instagram. Y'all know what it is, man. Always be willing to help the guy behind you. That's just what it is.
Definitely.
Love it.
Yeah, go listen to them boys, bro. They be dropping gems.
Thank you.
Also, got another man right here with his own platform. It's going big. Would you like to speak on that, Steve?
I would love
Or should
to.
I say Strong by Steve? SBS.
Strong by Steve.
Yes, sir.
feel me?
Yes, sir. For those that do not know, I'm a certified personal trainer. I got my own fitness Instagram, and it's not like what you usually see on Instagram. It's just me showing you guys what I deal with on a day-to-day or week-to-week thing with my own fitness journey. So it's just showing you something very raw, the things that I deal with in terms of like sprinting or lifting or injuries, because I get those a lot. So I'm showing you guys what I deal with, what I go through, what I enjoy, what I suffer through. In turn, I hope it helps you guys become more determined in becoming your most active and healthiest selves. And, in turn, I really just hope you guys take me along your fitness journey too. So I'm making plans to drop a lot this month and in the next couple of months to come too. So follow me on Instagram at Strong by Steve, just the word Strong by Steve, no spaces. Yeah, let's take this journey together. Let's do it.
That boy sound like every 90s song, that little interlude.
What?
Hey girl, I just want to talk to you.
Oh no.
That boy really rich.
Yeah, man.
But enough of the pre-show banter. This is the 8th episode of Art of Conversation. Don't quote me on that because I might be lost. 7, 8,
Lost in
9.
the sauce.
Fix it in post.
It's the, another episode of the AOC Podcast, and I'm here, like I said, with the fellas. And today we're gonna talk about something that's been really on my head for some time, and great segue to what O said about and Roos and Jerry just said about helping young black men, be their best.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sit here and discuss as young black men what it means to be successful.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start. I feel like before we answer the question, I want to talk about what I feel like is success. Everybody has their life goals. Everybody wants something in life. They want to go far in life. But my definition of success is to basically achieve everything that you want, and then some. And what I mean by then some, take care of yourself and then those around you. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go the long way instead of just being happy with what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to take care of yourself, your family, everybody around you. Like, making your fruits just not for yourself, but for everybody around you to feed off of.
Yes, sir.
So what do y'all feel like that? What do y'all feel off of that?
Want to go first?
You got it.
Honestly, just speaking on myself, I feel like I don't personally take enough time to think about what success means to me. But if I had to put it in any type of definition, if there was any moment where I defined myself as successful, I would just see it as continually reaching the goals that I've put for myself. Even if, that takes however days, weeks, months, or years that it takes, failures, trials, errors, adjustments, whatever, if I'm constantly setting a goal and constantly striving for it, that constantly striving for it, to me, is just succeeding in itself. Because there's no way that I can constantly drive for a goal and not hit that goal eventually. So it's like I'm already on the path to reaching that goal. Once I reach it, I have another goal. I'm constantly working to hit that goal. I'm going to keep on doing that. And before you know it, you look back and see all the things that you accomplished, and there's no way you can't call yourself successful from there. That's me.
That's real. Okay, fellas on the Zoom, let's add y'all in. Jerry, what you feel like success means?
So success is it's a very tangible, possible thing. You know what I'm saying, from the jump. So I feel like you said, everybody's success definition is different. But for me, success for me is along the lines of what Choo Choo had already mentioned on, you accomplish the goals that you set out for yourself and then some. Like helping other members of your family or friends, reach their destination, and also do the same with, their circle of life. So, and then to also piggyback off of what Steve says, so just the continuation of accomplishing goals that you set to reach a certain destination. I really feel like those two, are my success my definition of success, because you really think about it, when you think of success, you always think of like completion, achievement, good things. So putting all those together really kind of, they already kind of like painted the picture of success.
Okay. All right. Oh, you want to add to that?
Yeah. So slowly over this podcast, y'all gonna learn more about me. So on top of being your mother's bae,
All right.
But no, also me and Roos, we actually are in a production company. So not only am I 1/3 of his bonus, I'm 1/2 of Big Minds. That's our production. Minds, honestly. That's a production company. So for me, success, it definitely pertains in a lot of the music space. So definitely coming from Baltimore, exactly. We don't really have too many examples of successful musicians. Like you'll see the Loses, you'll see the Detronadas, you'll see the Tates, you'll see the Scola. You'll see them, but you ain't really see anybody who did it like on a Wayne level, on a Drake level, like crazy numbers. Even as producers, it's like you got the Pyrexes, we got the Tip 12s. But I mean, for me, success, I'm trying to. You're not gonna stop seeing me at the Grammys. You're not gonna stop seeing me in the magazines, the interviews. Like, I'm trying to be visible, like a Timberland, like successful, to the point where then I can take the fruits of my labors, and relax. I don't really gotta. Man, we need a Big Minds beat. Cool. Other than that, I'm vacay, chilling, and then like y'all said, I can empower. Now I just open the floodgate. So all the producers was like, man, how can we get to that gate is open. It ain't no more gatekeepers and no more, how do we do this? I can now help everybody. So that's success in that retrospect. Other than that, I just want, like y'all said, I just want to make sure everybody's good. Like I've always just had that vision. It's like, if anybody needs something, they can call me. Hey, you good? I need this. All right, cool. Boom. Damn, that happened. All right, cool. That's for me, that's successful. Like I can take care of anybody at any time, as long as it ain't crazy. As long as you don't need a new foot, and it's like mine's working all right. I don't know if we compatible with our blood, but nah, that's more or less. And I ain't finna get too crazy. Well, we got the rest of the podcast to go there. No cap.
All right, that boy Roos.
Roos the Juice.
We gonna need that definition of success, man.
So I'm just gonna hope that I don't lose any connection while I'm out here doing me. But to be honest, like in my opinion, success is literally just, in my opinion, just the power to inspire, man. Like it's the power to really like leave a legacy where somebody can say, I learned from this, like
Right.
if there's one thing I want to succeed in life, even if it's like inspiring like a young artist, inspiring a friend, inspiring like somebody to like build their whole career off of like something that I've shown them or something that they've seen me do, that's success in my regard. Kind of going back off of what O said, there's really not like there's really not any like body in our city that's really showing out music wise, that's dropping knowledge. Currently I recently just moved to Atlanta, and like I mean, yo, I'm seeing exactly what everybody's been talking about. Sorry, y'all, give me like 1 second.
Shout out to Atlanta, by the way. Black Hollywood, you feel me?
Yeah, Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm seeing a lot of little bro stuff going on right now, I'm in this. I'm like working at the studio right now where they blocked out a whole studio for 21, and from what I'm seeing, 21's barely in there. He's letting the little homies take the studio. I ain't never seen nothing like that in Baltimore. I ain't never seen somebody just say, "Look, boom, I got y'all. All y'all gotta do is do the doom." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the fact to see that, I'm just like, man, like that's inspiring. They little bros to 21 Savage, who's accomplished so much, even though people have told him that he's not going to do nothing. So, like success in my regard, I just want to be able to have the power to really like touch the city in a way where, somebody can build a career off of what I've done, or somebody can be bigger than what I've achieved, and then, going back to what Steve said, just keep pushing. Once I feel like I succeeded at that, then we're going to the next thing. And we just keep building and growing from there.
That's what's up. That's real.
Bars.
But yeah, I think we all can agree that success is more than a solo act.
Of course.
It's more than just you. It's more than just what you want for yourself, but it's what you want for others. You want to be able to help others, and open gates for other people, and little bros, big bro, all that type of stuff. So what I feel like nowadays a lot of people, and I'm really gonna be specific when I say people. I'm gonna say young black man. Get it twisted. Well, get it twisted, but like don't go to far end when it comes to success. I feel like because it's a lot of fast money out here.
I was about to say that.
People just
Short
don't
term.
want to. Yeah, people don't really think long term, and a lot of people have it hard. A lot of black men have it hard out here. So it's like, okay, I don't took care of myself. I'm straight. You know what I mean? What's the point of, going along the long way to help somebody else and just help this yo and that yo, So let's talk about that, man. One thing I'm gonna share a little story. One thing when I was young, I'm 22, but like I'm still young. But like when I was young, I was a teenager. I used to think like, man, like if I get some money, anywhere I got it, job, just money out the wazoo for real, and I'm able to buy my own stuff, like because when I remember when I bought my first pair of retro J's.
Jeez.
You feel me? Retro J's is a brick. We all African. We all Nigerian to be exact. So the peoples are not going for that.
Oh no.
At all.
Especially at that age.
Oh no.
I had them shacks on my feet. What you mean?
I didn't middle
The
school.
airwalks.
Yeah, anything.
Yo,
Shit.
170, 190 for a pair of
Couldn't
shoes.
imagine. It wasn't
You
feasible.
only like 18, 17.
Oh, Lord.
So that wasn't flying. So when I got my own money, really dropped that on a pair of J's, I felt like accomplished. You feel me? I felt accomplished, because it's like, one, it was my first pair of J's. Two, I did it by myself. And three, I was at that age. I also dropped a little nice ticket on a pair of Trues. That's what Trues is crazy.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows a True man.
True.
Yup. That's when I was in high school. Trues was
That
you had a
wasn't
pair
thing,
of Trues,
wasn't
you had money.
Lucky
That was
I
a thing.
still had
You had
I had
some
Lee
type
jeans.
of money.
I had Lee jeans. Shout out to y'all.
That wasn't even. He's not.
Not even
Definitely
Levi.
rocking
I had
Not
Lee's.
even Levi's.
Lee's.
For me in high school, it was the Levi's, bro. Levi's.
Oh, shout out to y'all.
man. Levi's and Ed Hardy. Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy was a sick trend.
I'm
Yes.
bringing it back.
So all this stuff, Polo, Ralph Lauren, Nike, anything that was in fad, you got that. If you got it yourself, you was really, you was doing it big out here. You feel me? Because this is expensive stuff.
Facts.
So like you just felt accomplished for you to do it for yourself. You feel me? But that's what I'm saying. I feel like as a young black man, like with this fast money, we just feel so accomplished, after we do the little things like buy our own clothes, buy our own car, you know what I'm saying? Get our own spot, our own stuff. But we never go the long run. Because like once you feel accomplished, the more and more you feel accomplished, the less and less you're gonna start working. If that makes sense to you. It goes hand in hand. Like you feel it's like eating. You hungry, are you gonna keep eating until your stomach fill up? Or sometimes with some people, with me, some people eat with their mind. Like you could be full, your stomach could be bulging, but you still want a craving. Like you still want to eat, and you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's like a lot of people would just eat, and then they eat, and then once they full, they they done.
Yeah.
So the more and more they get accomplished with themselves and what they got,
The less they want to do.
the less they want to grind.
Yeah.
With the quick money going on and how young we are, you thinking like these young us young men, we getting accomplished at an early age. Meanwhile, we haven't hit our 30s. Some of us haven't hit 40s, way far from 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? Haven't even some of us haven't even left the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I just look back and I'm like, damn, dog. And I see the younger people, not to say I'm like no OG or nothing, but like I see the pattern going in with the young men, and they going after the designer clothes.
Yeah.
You know, working. Then they doing their own hustle for real, but they going after the designer clothes. And like I said, when we were in high school, it was the Trues, it was the Ed Hardys. Now it's like Dior,
Right.
Um,
It's different.
Gucci. It was Gucci when we would do it, but it was just the belts.
The Kappa pants.
Yeah, the Kappa, the clothes, the shoes. You know, we wasn't just doing like those. We was just doing the belts. But now you got
That's
people
everything.
with the Christian Dior shoes. You know, the whole suits, Palm Angels, all types of brands that cost a wazoo bread. Like I'm talking $400, $500 for, you know what I'm saying, for a pair of jeans. And it's just like, and I ain't gonna hold you, my shoes are like $100. I got them off clearance at Nordstrom. Shout out to Nordstrom.
Bless.
But anyway, yeah, man, and they doing all types of stuff. So it's like, damn, y'all, and they feeling accomplished. On top of that, they taking trips. I seen.
Listen.
You wake up in the morning and you check the stories.
Yeah, yo, they in other countries.
You just saw them last week.
Yeah, like, so it's like, man, to do all that at an early age, it's like, bro, once you get older, you may, I'm afraid they're going to ask themselves, what is it left to do? Like, so yeah, what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think?
Who want to set it off?
I did.
I can set it off. Y'all want me to?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the whole social media game, it's like, so first of all, we all know that.
What?
Bless.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I didn't see that before.
We all know that social media is kind of like it's a contest almost. It's like, man, who got the nicest car, you know, who got the biggest house, who got the nicest lady, all that. But then when you really break it down, it's like a lot of times everything is just like short term, and recently you usually see like rappers, like you'll get the examples of like the Rick Rosses, who was like, you know, like franchising something, like show them that like the long money. You'll get the examples of I'm sure 21, he had a deal where he did some franchising too. You'll get those examples.
Yeah, why so?
You know, you'll see the example, Jay-Z going crazy with deals after deal after deal. But then a lot of times that's overshadowed by the jewelry, like you said, the clothes, and it's not really showing, you know, young men something that's sustainable for the future. Because, cool, you got the chain, wonderful, the clothes. These rappers, they wear their clothes once and then you'll never see them have it again. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that they, and whether it's the lifestyle, whether that's what they publicize, whatever, that's cool. I just feel like show the balance. I know Meek usually tries to do it. You know, he'll show them that, you know, I got the jewelry, all that, but then he'll show them it's like, you can do this too. You know, I feel like if there's more of a balance, then a young man's idea of success is a lot different. Because when we were younger, it wasn't, we didn't hear nothing about deals. It was kind of like, damn, that's a nice car. MTV Cribs, damn, that's a nice crib.
Yeah,
we
didn't know about real estate.
We didn't know nothing because the access to the information was limited. You had to be in a different tax bracket to even know all this stuff, you know? So nowadays, with it being so out there, you know, you have the clubhouses. You got different ways of hearing information, but overall, to a young person, they still see all the flashy stuff. And there's not enough of a balance. So I would say if there could be more of a balance, I feel like that the idea of success changes a lot. But just the way that social media is, and everybody thinks fast. They see something in 1 second, they click. They see a headline, click and run with it. Did you read the actual article? Did you actually see what they talking about? Nah, of course. And everything is fast. They thinking in the first, like you said, this year and to the end of the year. Man, you got your whole life. If you only live into 30, cool, your life seems short. If you thinking I'm living to 120, you got all the time to work and then build that foundation, build equity, build all of that. But if you only thinking everything fast, you're not gonna get nowhere. Facts.
Yo, Jerry, what you think, man?
Now look, I mean, y'all know me. I might say some things in the next 5 minutes that might hurt some feelings, but you know, it is.
Hurt a nigga feelings.
Bro, it's all the conversation. This is what we do, man.
The whole social media opinion, followers, trending topics, like people have become materialistic. Whether you believe it or not, it's evident. People chase certain material items just so they can post it and claim some type of, you know, fallacy of, oh, I have this type of wealth, I can avoid this on a weekly basis, I can, you know, showing off your materialistic thing. And what that does, like what that does is shortens, you know, the mind frame and the critical thinking aspect of programming and living out your life. Like, you can't live in the now. Like, my dad always tells me to think ahead. Like, think for the later. You know, he always tells me, like, think for the later. Think it's gonna happen later. If you do this right now, it's gonna happen later. And I feel like a lot of our generation, the younger generation, doesn't really have that same type of mindset that the older generation had. Like, they're like O said, they're in it for the now. I need to get this now. Like 15, 16-year-old kids wearing, you know, designer Balenciaga sneakers. But you feel me? They don't, like a 16-year-old, we was buying cars. They buying sneakers. So it's a different mentality. It's a completely different mentality. And social media gave them the space and the magnitude to put effort into that type of mindset that's very materialistic. But that's just how I feel about it. You know, I'm always telling people that social media is an app. It's not real life. It's an app. But you know, people live in social media, so that's just the climate of world that we live in.
That's true.
That's all they know.
What you want, Steve?
I want to make 2 points, just 2 quick ones. One of them was to what you said earlier about, you know, people just living in the now, wanting to make that fast money. I just wanted to say, I guess in their defense or from their perspective, some people are kind of forced to live in that mindset or that lifestyle because that's all they've really seen. They may know people who were here one day and they're gone the next, you know. They might be in that environment where someone, you know, or you just saw them last week and now they're gone. So it's like everything to them is temporary, or it's just automatically not, like they already know it's not going to be there for long. So they may already be putting their money in that list of things. That money is not going to be there for long. Let me get it fast. Let me spend it fast. Let me get some more fast. Let me spend that fast. Let me just keep on going. So for some people who do live in that environment, I cannot put the blame on them for not wanting to like think ahead or think to the future. That's just the first point. The second point was I think another reason why some people may want to make that fast money is I was thinking about this when O was talking, but look at our parents. They didn't come here thinking they were going to make fast money. Think about that. Yeah. You know, look at the places they have now, and then compare it to when they first got here from Nigeria. Their plan wasn't like, I'm gonna make this bread real quick. You know, they worked their asses off, and they knew it'd be a while. But you know, just knowing that, they were just like, okay, well, if I don't start now, it's never gonna get done. You know, and they're still going at it. So I think with us being in an environment that we can see our parents work hard for a very long time to see what they have and still go, even though we're younger and we see both sides of the lawn, we've been in an environment that, you know, we can see what's wiser to do. And the wiser thing to do is to really make sure that whatever you have or whatever you're working for, you can have it for as long as possible. Is it temporary at the end of the day? Of course, because we're also temporary. But for as long as the time God gives you on this earth, you want it to be as bountiful as possible.
Facts.
You don't want to continue a life chasing after that dollar because you're going to be so tired at the end of the day. You know, if you don't want to chase that dollar every waking moment of your life, you definitely have to think ahead. You want to put something in front of you because when it gets to the point that you're tired, you don't have to keep running because you already put a bed right there at the end for you. You're good. So a lot of people, you know, they don't want to go slow and steady because they've never even seen it. They don't even know how to start from there. And yeah, a lot of people our age and now we're talking about stocks and, you know, ways that you can make passive income. But even that is becoming a little fast money too, because now people are, you know, trying to sell you the game, you know, and put you on,
pump and dump.
you know.
Trading.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are trying to make that their little fast hustle now. So even for the people who are trying to make you grow, you know, a lifetime source of income, they're still trying to make fast money off of giving that to you. So it's really just crazy, you know, when I think about it like that. So I think a lot of people have just not genuinely seen what it means to really work to give yourself a future. Even if it's just yourself, it doesn't have to be like your family or your siblings or, you know, like your mom and dad or whoever. Even if it's just for yourself. I think a lot of people our age have not seen or had figures that allow them to really define what it means to build a future for yourself.
Yeah. Valid.
Yo, Roos, what's your thought on this, man?
Yeah, I totally agree with y'all for real. Like, I'm gonna tap back into what I said before, just about like, you know, the examples that people used to use to, like, I guess the examples that people used to look at to get, I guess, a picture of what it could look like. Those examples are like going away by the day. You know, there's no more people to aspire to be. The people that, you know, IG is promoting or social media is promoting are young kids that have found money at an age under the age of 25, and people are like, yeah, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. Now, obviously, these people have so much time on their hands because they're young. They don't have any kids. They don't have anything. So they're obviously giving off this impression that, yeah, if you do this, you're going to make money. If you do this, you're going to make money. So there's like a falsality of like, oh, if I just keep doing this thing that this young person did with all the time they had in their hands or whatever, people are getting the impression like, oh, I can make money really quick because they did it at a young age. But when you really think about it, like when you really pull back the veil of everything, there's only a few people that are really running these like social media platforms, and they're rich. They're mad rich.
They were rich before.
That, you know, have found the keys or ways to like be successful in their own right. You know, there's no way for them to show themselves because social media has everybody's attention, and the people running social media, they're already rich, so they don't want everybody else to find different ways to get rich. So that information is being like depleted or is not being shown or broadcasted. Like before, you know, if somebody wanted to get rich, there were so many books on it. Like, you know, there's not too many people, at least there's not too many people in my immediate circle that, you know, wake up every day and say, hey, let me crack open this book from some guy in like the 80s that found the keys to success to being a millionaire in a year, you know? These avenues to finally break through the mold of saying like, all right, I can be successful, they're not as accessible anymore. The only things that are accessible is, oh yeah, post this video daily, edit this video, edit this, post a song, make sure that everybody sees you, make sure you engage yourself. That is like the image that we're getting for success. But when you actually look at it, they're like tired trying to promote themselves. They're, you know, not getting the best out of deals, but they're like, okay, as long as my engage yourself, then I can make a business for myself. And then they're just selling their business, which is basically how they got to where they are. And it's just a never-ending cycle of, I have a business where I'm basically telling you what to do, and you're going to do my way, and then you're just going to flip it, which is good, and it's okay to promote your business and let people know what you're doing, but, I mean, end all, be all, we want to know how to sustain it, you know? We want to know how to actually keep the money and then even pass it on. There's not too many avenues that's talking about that. And Steve, what you said about investment, yeah, everybody's talking about investment, but like, is it like, are we really talking about like immediate investment, or are we talking about something that you can get quick? You know, I'm hearing about people making a cool 2 bands here, cool 3 bands here off of investing in this company. They pull out. Like, why are you pulling out? Like, why did you stay in? Let's have that conversation. What are the companies that you can actually put all in? Where are the startup companies? Like, who's really talking about that? Are these startup companies even valid? You know, so there's a lot of conversation behind. There's a lot of conversation behind. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of conversation behind how to make quick money, how to make $1 quick, how to do this and that. But there's nothing really talking about sustaining. I know for me, moving to Atlanta, this is my first time living. Well, not really living on my own, but I'm living with my sister. But this is my first time, like, really, like, having to pay, like, these big bills, you know? It's not like college where you're there for a couple months and it's like, I'm here. So what I've had to do is just figure out what works for me when it comes to saving. I had to, like, you know, I did my research. I even, like, read a couple articles here and there. But at the same time, I had to understand the system that works for me. Now, I don't know if everybody has that type of energy to do it for themselves. Some people would probably get like an accountant or somebody to help them with their finances. But I just knew for sure I had to figure out how money works for myself, and that's something that I just had to throw myself into the situation and figure out. It would have been greater 2 years ago. You know, somebody I know that has all these things would explain like, hey, like you should start thinking about this. Like I'll try with you. All right, let's do this. Like, and just keep up with me. Kind of somebody I can look up to be like, oh, I've learned this from somebody that's a little bit older than me, a little bit more experience in the field. But I didn't have that, and not a lot of people have that. So it would be great if those avenues were acceptable rather than, oh yeah, like join a group of people that make money and you're gonna make money. It just goes like a quote at that point.
Anybody here know how to swim?
I do.
You know how to swim? Okay. Anybody here know how to tread water?
I do as well.
When it comes to a room full of roaches.
I don't know how to swim worse. I'm not a swimmer.
Okay, it's cool, but I just wanted to say that because for some people who don't know how to swim and don't know, there's a difference between knowing how to swim and knowing how to tread water. Now, think of an iceberg, right?
Yeah.
You see an iceberg. If you don't go underwater, you could still see the iceberg, but you don't see
how big it actually
is. Same thing with a person. If you see somebody in the ocean or in the pool, you may think, they're swimming, but you don't really know how deep it is. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like with this success thing. With all this quick money and with all this, fast achievements and, satisfactory, they're only seeing the surface. It's like only seeing the surface level, and with the surface, it teaches you that, okay, this is it. You feel what I'm saying? You just see the surface, that's it. We're not going further than that. We're not going deeper than that. But they don't see the deepness of what they're not going underwater. They're not seeing the deep of it. So when you only see the surface level and you don't, see the deepness behind everything, I feel like that's just, as bad as going out there thinking that you can do that.
Right.
Because everybody knows what has weight to it will sink. If you don't know how to swim, you're drowned.
Yep.
If you don't know how to tread water, you're drowned.
Yes, sir.
So it's like, I feel like a lot of these kids just know how to swim. Not even that. Just know how to, sit in the ocean.
Yeah.
or sit in the pool and look good from the surface, from eyesight.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to, tread water. They don't know how to really swim. They don't know what's beneath. There's no more to that, And when you don't know how to swim and you get into a pool, you may not drown, but you're gonna struggle not trying to die. You feel what I'm saying? If you've ever like jumped into a pool and not known how to swim and you've gotten to the deep end and you survived, it was a tough, battle keeping yourself afloat. And that's another thing another type of metaphoric, thing I want to add to this. I feel like that's why a lot of young black men have it hard when it comes to money and finances and, just getting what they want to get or trying to be successful, because they keep seeing the surface and they keep emulating what they see and not really understanding the deep. They're not understanding that. They're just, going into the ocean and going into the pool thinking that's how you do it. Nobody's teaching them more. Just like O said, nobody's, O and Roos was like, nobody's giving them more. Something Jay-Z said in a rap. You said, he said something about Jay-Z. Something Jay-Z said in a rap, he said, chains is cool to cop, but loyalties is more important.
Hovey.
That's self-explanatory. You feel me? You can get the chains, you get the watches, you get the cars, you get all that. But you're going to need some loyalties in case something goes left with the business. Good. And, you are your own business at the end of the day, no matter if you own the actual business or not, because you make money. You got to think of yourself as a walking business. People, you can get robbed, you can get something can happen to you, So you got to be able to know, like Jeff said, how to... Jerry, my fault. Kalechi.
There we go.
My bad, twice. How like Kalechi said, you gotta know how to keep that thing going. You gotta know how to keep it, keep it moving. You gotta know how to tread water with it. Like it's just, I don't think you should shorten yourself. We can have so much more, when it comes to success, when it comes to anything you want in life. Don't shorten yourself. We all of us here, most of us here, we work out. You know what I'm saying? It's like reps. You need to do 10 reps, do the whole 10. Don't do 8 or 7 or 5. Don't cheat yourself. Keep pushing. You'll get there. Some people even, some people like to fast money and like to cop the cool stuff and be in the now because it's satisfying. Like it's just satisfying in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you don't really need to work hard for it. Like Kalechi was talking about in social media. Reason why I feel like so many people are attached to social media because it's easy. Like it's so easy now. We grew up in a time where you had to actually go outside to be social.
Facts.
Like you had to whoever's house had all the bikes, that was a spot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That was a pull-up spot where whoever's house had all the bikes had the pull-up spot. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. I remember waking up at 9 a.m. to go outside. Like, just to go outside and just do nothing.
Facts.
Like, I'd go outside, just do nothing. We go out to the basketball court. No phones, no, we even had Game Boys and PSPs at the time. We didn't even bring those.
Jeez.
We was just there outside.
Getting active. That's facts.
Nowadays.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Story about like this, the old school stuff. I remember like when Facebook was like the thing in high school, and like you had to like hack into like the school system just to get on Facebook. And when you would go home and you see somebody tweeted during school, you're like, yo,
How you do that?
how you do that?
Shit.
It's like that's so much. Like now you can post it whenever, wherever.
Whenever.
Bro, even with Facebook, Like, we weren't even that glued to Facebook as we are to Instagram now.
Mm-hmm.
If you peeped.
That's true.
I remember when we was in middle school, me and Kelechi went to the same middle school. We all went to the same middle school. This is when the New Boys was out. The niggas was jerking.
It's like 09. Then.
Pin dropping and jerking. That was a thing. And when that's when that's kind of like the birth of all these challenges, kind of. Like,
False.
Really?
You.
I mean, Soulja Boy did have it, but the thing is, with the jerking videos, people were making jerking teams, and they were making videos so they could post them on YouTube and get hot.
I'm gonna just say it. That was me.
Hey, yo. False. I mean, if you really want to talk about the first team, I'm not gonna say who. A reliable source pointed out to me the first team was the twerk team. Okay. And they don't to get their credit. We're not done. We're gonna talk about it. The first team.
Next episode, bro.
I got you. Not this episode?
No.
Okay, got you. We'll talk about next episode. Next episode.
Hang this nigga up.
Look how passionate he got. He all cool episode. He get passionate. But no.
That's all we gotta say. Rest in peace, because she actually passed away, Miss Turkson.
Yeah, rest in
peace, R.I.P., man.
Hold on, Miss Turkson.
But yeah,
hold on.
Wait, what?
I think you confusing them.
You spreading misinformation out here, bro?
Miss Twerkson?
No. Yeah, she got shot.
What?
I'm sorry. The girl on her team got shot. Sorry.
Oh, R.I.P. still, but dang.
Let's not say the other one. Can we? All right, but rest in peace, though.
Dang.
But
yeah, even with that, we weren't as glued to social media, if y'all noticed.
Yeah.
You know, when Facebook, because like I said, Kelechi and them, they was making videos. I remember they was making videos all around the school, in front of the school, in the bathroom, all that. Mm-hmm. And the people would make these videos to get noticed on, the internet.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't, I remember having a phone, but I don't remember being in school, being glued to my phone, tweeting at school. Like Bruce said, you wouldn't even be able to bypass the school's internet to get on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facts.
So social media was out, but it just wasn't. I don't think it was reality when it was Facebook. I think it wasn't until Instagram, because if y'all really remember, Instagram was just for photos at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Yeah, because like the photography game just blew up. Like everybody wanted to be a photographer around like 2012-ish, 14-ish,
something like that.
So like, it was literally just for, photography. I remember even making an Instagram once. Because I wanted to, and it was on accident. Like I was looking for like a photo editor, because that was big too. Everybody needed to get the pictures edited, put them on Facebook, fire edits, boost the clarity all the way up so them joints is real sharp. I'm digging in some bags right now that people don't want to talk about, but yeah, like, so I was looking for a photo editor, and Instagram popped up, and I remember it was a little camera icon and stuff. And I'm like, all right, bet, let me see if I can use this to get some fire edits. And I just realized it wasn't like an editor. It was just like a small, like, photo social media for photographers interact. So I just left it. And then, like, 2 years later, everybody's on Instagram. I'm like, yo.
The honey dips.
I have one of these joints. Like, so, yeah. So, like, once Instagram and, like, Twitter, even Twitter, like, when Facebook was out, Twitter wasn't even like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody had Twitter. So when Instagram, Twitter, all them just started blowing up a little bit more, that's when I feel like social media just got into like reality and became everybody's reality now, But like I said, back in the day, it was even with social media, with Facebook specifically, even with MySpace, like,
jeez,
it wasn't even like it didn't become people's reality. So it's like what you saw is what you saw, You would see people in real life. That's how they be in real life. Yeah. The only things you look up to is the people you see at school. Oh, I want the polo, and I want the true jeans and the tattoo. Like a lot of people wanted to get tattoos when then I want this, that, and the third, because this, that, and the third has it, so I can impress this, that, and the third at school. Nowadays I feel like everybody's getting everything, not just it's like the same thing, like just to impress everybody at school, but it's not the physical. It's on social media, you know, and it's just because social media is such a wide range.
Mhm.
It's like you're not just impressing the boys that be posted up in the lockers anymore. You and trying to press somebody who lives in a whole nother country or in a whole nother state.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I just feel like there should be more than that. Back to what Ruth said, I feel like more people should show it's not just surface level with it. You know, like I said, the chains and the shoes is cool to cop, but you want something that is gonna be more. Like I'm pretty sure you want more. You want to just feed not just yourself, but with everybody who's around you, right? You know, I always say wealth and riches are two different things. Being wealthy and being rich are two different things. Like, you could be rich, you can have money. But to be wealthy is to have money and be able to feed everybody around you.
Mm.
You know, you be rich and you can pay off a little, But if you're wealthy, everything around you is rich.
Facts.
Everybody around you can get money. People, your seeds can have, money, and you still got bread.
So I got a question.
Well,
Let's go ahead and
For
throw
anybody?
for everyone. Let's throw a wrench in this. Okay. So let's say the listeners listening to this and like, all right, cool, y'all preaching. So how about this? Let's think this angle. I just want to see what y'all say. What about the person who's listening to this and is like, at the top of the podcast, y'all gave us y'all examples of what success is. What do y'all say now to the person who's like, maybe this is just this is what I think success is. And who are y'all to tell us this is wrong?
That's fair. That's fair.
Jerry, you want to answer that?
So now are we conflating what success is, and now are we talking about, now, because it kind of sounds like a wealth thing,
Yeah. Clutch, you want to answer that?
I feel like, to answer O's question, I feel like we aren't coming from a point of disrespect or a point of being demanding. I feel like we're coming to these young men as people who've seen it. People who've seen the way money changes people. People who've seen and experienced certain situations where money was thin, or we had a lot of. I feel like coming from a point of guidance, like, we're gonna let them know that these experiences happen, but ultimately, we can't make these decisions because
Ooh, wait,
That went-
you breaking up a little bit.
He went into the Tesseract.
we're coming from an angle. You said what?
You breaking up just a little bit. What was
Did you?
Oof.
What part did y'all not hear?
I'm not gonna lie. I think we lost you a little while ago.
Yeah, you've been
Like-
when you started talking about coming from
A place of disrespect.
a
Yeah.
place,
That we're not coming from a place of disrespect.
yeah.
Then we lost it. But
Like almost like the mentoring
Yeah.
part, that area. If you can remember what you was.
you may have been running from the top.
Did we lose you again?
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Turn my Wi-Fi off.
Jeez.
All right, now what y'all say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we heard when you said we not coming from a place of disrespect.
Dang, y'all missed all the whole thing.
Yeah, basically.
We're sorry, bro.
So we're not coming from a place of disrespect before. I feel like we're coming from a place of guidance and people who have been there and seen things. We've seen the way money affects certain individuals. We've seen the way money can help certain individuals. We've been in positions where money was thin, and we've been in positions where we had an influx of money, and we kind of spread the wealth. So I feel like we're coming from a place of guidance, but to give young men information just so they have it. Because a lot of men don't have that father figure or that mentor figure where you can get this type of information from. So just being able to put the information out there for them to actually make, the decision to listen to us That's really all we're asking for. Because we can't make these decisions for you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We just provide you outlets and information for you to, what would best benefit you in the long run.
Facts. Facts. I actually want to add. I want to add before y'all get to y'all responses. I want to add something to Kalechi's what he just said. Y'all gotta remember, bro. We not coming from. I'm not saying we not old. We not that old. We in our 20s. We talking to people in their teenage years, and 20.
Yeah.
We talking to y'all. We not that old. I think the oldest person on here is about 25. So, 26. So y'all gotta realize.
No, I think 26 is good.
Yeah, 26. We're not that far.
26.
Yeah, we're not that far from. We're actually not that far from y'all. And you got something I wanted to add is y'all got the Gunners, the Polo G's. I'm gonna just name rappers now because they got a heavy influence. The Gunners, the Polo G's, the Ellen Lee Choppers,
The Lil Babies.
Lil Baby. Y'all have Young Thug. We had Young Thug, but that was like on the back end. Who else? I can name.
Keep going.
Did I say NBA YoungBoy?
No,
You did not, but there we go.
NBA YoungBoy. We had the Chief Keefs. We had the Reeses, Lil Reese. We had G Herbo. We had basically all of Chirac. Basically, Lil Durk. We had Durk with dreads.
Damn.
We had Durk before
was a
Durk
thing.
was Durky-O.
Jeez.
We had Thug before Gunna and Baby. We had Thug when Thug wasn't even
Before
Thug. When
Rich
Thug
Gang
was with
Thug.
Gucci. We had Gucci when he was in jail. Yeah. So hold on one second.
Jeez.
Will Chamberlain mixtapes.
Gooch.
Oh, you talking about 09 Gucci?
Yeah, I'm talking about when Gucci was I'm talking about the State versus Roger Davis.
Yes.
Jeez.
So some of us even had, didn't even have this. They had artists before the Chirac game, before mixtapes was even mainstream. Roos was in the listening to hip hop. I mean, I was listening to hip hop before mixtapes were mainstream. But when I was in high school, when I was old enough to kind of get it for myself and stuff.
Yeah.
This is when mixtapes became mainstream. The whole Chirac movement, all of them. So we know what it is to go for broke.
Yeah.
Instead of going for the gusto with this type of, we know how it is. We know how it is to want to get a job just to cop some clothes. We know how that is. We know how it is to want to look a certain way, Bro, you talk about people who laid out their outfit before the first day of school. I don't even think they do that anymore, bro. You talking about people who had first day of school outfits. Some of these kids had so many clothes, they could just wear anything and be fresh. We had
Lucky
a
them.
freshest outfit. You know what I'm saying? We come from that. So we understand all of this. We just telling you we did what y'all did not too long ago. And we're telling you how it's going. We're telling you how it's going, and it's, what I'm saying? We making a switch, okay, we need a switch because, instead of us going for broke, we shouldn't have went for the gusto. We shouldn't have went further than that. People were talking about stocks when I was in high school. They were talking about stocks. Robin Hood came out when I was in high school. Before you had to go to Fidelity, and you had to go to big federal companies, not federal, financial places to get stocks. You had to actually go to a broker face to face to get stocks. Now you could just do it on your phone. Yeah, use that money to go for the gusto, the change. I'm not saying it's not cool to buy clothes. No, you look fresh. I look fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still young. I'm 22. I look fresh. I buy clothes. I like to buy clothes.
Facts.
But like look where we're sitting. I built this.
And it's tough.
I built this entire studio.
And it's
bro.
tough as fuck.
It's a TV. It's a TV on the wall.
He built the TV.
2 laptops.
He built
mics,
both of them.
Camera right there. Camera right there.
He
Come
built
on, man.
them.
Like,
Camera 1, camera 2.
yeah, you know, you could do big things with little money. Trust me. Like, you could do a lot. All them jeans that you cop, or the shoes, the trips that you go on, you know, to Cancun. Not to diss anybody who went to Cancun or Miami or
Tulum. It's Tulum this year. That's the hot spot.
LA.
Tulum.
Not to diss anybody who's going on trips. But like the money you use to go on these trips and, you know, do this, that, and the third, you can really invest in the gusto, bro. Like, if you want to start a business, start it. Like, you don't really need money. And some people will tell you need money. You need money, but you don't need the money that you feel like you need. Like, some people will be like, yo, I want to start investing in the stocks. I'm going to need like 2 bands. You don't. You actually need like $100. You can invest in whatever you want. It's stocks that are $15. It's stocks that are $5. Like, all you got to do is just boop, buy it. One whole stock is $5. If that stock goes all the way up to 100, you just made $95. Like, if you buy it at 5 and it goes up to 100, you just made $95 off that one stock. So,
Damn.
but yeah, nah.
I had a point to
Yeah,
what
go
I
ahead.
was saying. You hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, brother.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, damn, I lost my point. Let me see.
Yeah, I was talking a lot. I didn't mean to, but yeah,
No, it's cool. It's cool. I had a point. Just give me like 2 seconds. About. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of power given to the money, and there's not enough power given to the knowledge on how to obtain it. And then another thing, yeah. So basically that. So there's a lot of power going to the actual like money you get rather than the actual knowledge behind it. You know, our parents talk about how like in school they paid $500 for 4 years in college or whatever. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but like they were paying extremely low prices to go to school for nursing, to be a doctor or whatever it may be. Now, obviously, the dollar may have been pretty much different than what it is today, but you know, just the idea of how much we're paying for just education right now, there's so much power behind knowledge that you have to pay top dollar for it. But you know, in school, we're not really told what the knowledge we're given is going to be actually used for. Because if we were given knowledge behind, you know, how stocks work, you know, like just talking about stocks again, you know, if there were classes on that in middle school, elementary school, if there were classes on just like, I mean, like bills, you know, like we took,
Yes.
I took a class in elementary school on how to like save up a monthly for your bills. You know, like I remember we used to play the game, was it Life? You know, me and my sister used to play the game Life, and I used to be like, wow, if I'm a lawyer, I get to make $175,000 a year. It's that simple. No, you know, it was just like,
If
you know,
only.
like that. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
so it's just so funny how like it's set up that way. And I think, you know, this is to re-engineer. Sorry. Conversations like this is to re-engineer the idea that, you know, like use that knowledge to empower yourself, and then also use that knowledge to empower others. Because I feel like, you know, nobody has said it yet, but there's a lot of like conversation behind the idea of scamming. And I mean, the whole ideal behind scamming is to get over on somebody else, which is not how money should be used, because you're doing somebody else wrong. You're taking somebody else's dollar that they worked hard for. So that's knowledge that is used for bad, but use that knowledge to, I don't know, like figure out how, I don't know what good use can come out of scamming,
Yeah,
but
another fast money tactic, but that's another topic for another conversation.
The bank does it all the time.
oh, facts, yeah, that's legal. That's legal.
We'll talk about it.
Another conversation.
Another podcast. Next process.
But more so just that. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Steve, what you got?
Talk, brother.
Honestly, y'all pretty much said it all. To be honest, I don't even know where I could add.
You good? Who said something about Who said something about the knowledge, paying top dollar for knowledge.
Yeah.
Classes on bills. Classes on stocks. You can be a lawyer for $75,000. It's a lot of things that they don't teach you in school. It's a lot. Another surface level.
That number was mad dramatic. I mean, it's not. I feel like it's really definitely getting more than 75K.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But actually, like you guys have played life, and when in life, everybody's dealt certain cards. You're like, oh, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a school teacher, and like that was kind of my perception on like, oh, that's how much I'll make. Wow, I think that's a lot. Nothing's really told us like, I feel like we're at a time right now where schools should really be adjusting. I don't know what's going on at elementary schools. I don't know if anybody's friends with school teachers, but
I mean, I know my sister's in middle school and she's learning she's loading coding. They're starting to put coding into schools.
That's tough.
But I feel me personally, I feel like that what you just said is right. Cuz like I said, I was about to say, think about it. If you want to become a lawyer, right? They'll be like, okay, you got to go to school to be a lawyer. They don't tell you about law school too much.
Nope.
They don't tell you about the LSAT either.
Nope.
You want to be a doctor?
There's the bar.
They don't tell you about the MCAT either.
Nope.
And what was it called? The bar test?
Yeah.
For the lawyers?
The bar exam.
Bar exam. They don't tell you about that either.
Nope.
If you want to be an accountant, that's cool. But they don't tell you about the CPA exam.
Nope.
And the thing is, the CPA exam, you can be an accountant, but if you take the CPA exam and get CPA certified, that's an extra $20,000, I think, maybe $30,000 on your yearly salary, like that, just off rip. And I remember we was talking to I go to Towson. They was talking about the CPA exam. They said out of everybody who took the CPA exam 1 year, only 3 people passed.
Dang.
And it was like over 100. Only 3 people passed. They said that is that hard.
That is tough.
So it's like, again, with the surface level, and back to what you said, you can't really blame them. So my guess, before we cap this off and we introduced the question that we asked in the beginning. Let's shed a little light on what you feel like we can do, or not just us, but older men can do to show like it's more than just surface level. You feel me?
I think one of the things we can do is something like I said before. We can just be examples of, not having to just chase that dollar. Of course, a lot of the things that we do and want involve money. So I'm not saying don't get money, but you don't want to just have your life just being about getting that money, because by the time it's done, by the time you spent it all, by the time you're at the end of the rope, you'll look at yourself and be like, dang, all I did was work for this money. And, I spent it and I made more, and that's kind of all I did for my life. So I think what we can do is that we can just be the example of, work for that future and then, live for your present.
That's a bar.
Right there. Some people, some people, they don't really see that future. They don't care for that future. They just want now. So I think what we can do, we can just be examples of, hey, you're going to have a future. You should want a future enough to start thinking about how you can be better prepared financially for it. Don't just say, I could be here today, gone tomorrow. It's true, but if you're living that way, go now. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, though. You should want to have a future bad enough that you want to be set for that future already.
That was it. That was it. That was the one. That was the one.
My little nugget of wisdom, you know what
That
I'm saying?
was the one. That was the one.
My little nugget.
Hey, man, wait, hold on. Bro. We're talking like, okay, if this conversation is directed to like high school kids, teenagers, I think there needs to be.
Well, I wouldn't tell them go now.
Man, that was it.
I wouldn't tell them go now.
Nah,
Go to your room,
nah,
maybe.
Keep it
Nah, no, but like honestly, bro.
They the main ones who need it straightforward. You need to be straightforward.
Honestly, bro, I always say, bro, I don't.
They think they're at the age right now that they really think that they own everything.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I mean,
let me tell you,
it's
when
just,
it comes to my generation,
I was gonna say that.
when it comes to my generation, because I'm 98. 98 started the Gen X. Well, 97 started Gen X. And we're talking to Gen X, right? Like
It's Gen Z, right?
Gen Z.
There we go.
So, like I said, man, like I always say, like America has taken away the way that black parents discipline their kids, but they didn't take it away. They didn't give us an alternative. So you got a whole bunch of kids running around now not disciplined. The first half of Gen Z was disciplined, but the second half
Running crazy.
So it's like you got a whole bunch of kids now, that weren't disciplined in any form or fashion. So they're just running around like Kalechi just said, acting like they own everything. So you hit it. You hit it. I felt it.
Appreciate it.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt it. I felt it. But yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
I was saying, like, I give the advice from a point of view like this. I think there's a lot of power when it comes to innocence. There's a lot of good that comes out of that, and a lot of kids are robbed of their innocence, man. Like I grew up in Baltimore City where, like I'm talking to my friends and like they 17, they 18, they start talking about like they gotta start paying the bills in their home. I'm like, man, like obviously like it's good to know that you gotta pay your bills, but it's like, man, to have that type of responsibility
That age.
on your head top already straight out 18. It can rob you of your innocence. It can rob you of just having the idea that, if you don't get it today, that don't mean you're not gonna get it tomorrow. It means like if you don't get it today, you're gonna get kicked out of your home. So I feel like there should be like not lightheartedness, but there should be a point of view where it's like, this is all knowledge based, man. This is for you to like just kind of soak in your brain so that I know when my dad had one goal when I was growing up, and that was for me to not have to worry about not getting something, and not getting something I want, but something I need. School books, school clothes, shoes, the essentials. I ain't had no J's in high school, bro. Wait, hold on. I had 2 pair of J's in high school that I bought on my own. But I never had Air Force Ones. I ain't never had I had none of those fashion designer stuff. I only had Jordans that I bought on my own. And even then, I felt bad that I bought them because it was like, to me, that was a lot of money for me at the time. And I was like, dang, I always think about it. And my dad has always told me, like, saving, a man that saves really can have some influence on himself and the people around him. It took me a while to really like let that sink in with myself because I'm like, I got the money, I'm gonna spend it. That's how my mom thinks. My mom get the money, she spend it. But I had to learn that. Okay, I have this little bread. Like, what could I do with it? And luckily, my dad said that. Even though I didn't follow his instructions immediately, the fact that was in the back of my head, it has shaped me to be a person that, if a lot of money does come my way, I can at least stretch it for a long period of time. And it's really not. And like, I know this whole conversation is about finance and money, but we can really like go into just like livelihoods and just decision making. You know, there has to be a sense of there has to be a sense of intelligence when making certain decisions, life decisions about yourself when it comes to being around certain people. Just knowing, just knowing that okay, if I'm in this position right now, where am I going to end up in the next 4 or 5 months? Not saying we're going to end up in the next 20 years, but like where am I going to see myself in the next 4 or 5 months if I'm hanging around somebody that's stealing, talking about just all this negative stuff, you know, instead versus hanging around somebody that they got a good head on their shoulders, they have a good surrounding around them, or they're at least aspiring to be better. And if you view life in like I guess like a 4 or 5 months, 6 months, oh, okay, where I see myself right now, where do I see myself in 6 months? It's not. It shouldn't be something as stressful. It should be something as easy as okay, I see it. And I think that's just it starts off with the idea that it's a the conversation. It's not plan your life out right away. We don't want because I've seen people get stressed out because they have to plan like right away. Like I've seen my friend literally he hit 18, he got kicked out of his home, and he had to figure out where he's going to do. Like he didn't even get into his college. His mom said, "Yeah, bye bye." You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's tough. I don't know what this person doing, but yeah, that's all I had to say.
Hey, Steve, can you close that window?
Yeah,
Just like push it.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it does. That innocence is robbed. When you basically thrown into the water and just need to know how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta help preserve it. We gotta
Yeah.
help preserve not the innocence, but the idea that somebody has your back even if you're down. Um, I used to always be afraid to fail. Like failure was always like a big thing for me. Like if I failed, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I had to learn over time that failure is so good. Like failure is your teacher. That's another thing in
Yeah.
school that like like it's crazy. Like you fail this class, you're done for the semester. It's like damn. Like I'm not even given like you're given different
I
chances.
actually hate
Tutor
that, but
sessions, this and that. But like I feel like failure has such a negative connotation sometimes with parents and teachers that it gets it does the message doesn't get across where because you failed doesn't mean you're going to be a failure forever. It just means you need to attack this from a different angle, and there needs to be avenues for people to understand that failure is just another lesson to shoot at a different angle.
facts. Yo, Kalachi, what you think we should do as young men to basically show that it's more than just surface level?
kind of, kind of what Steve was preaching on. Just be an example. I feel like that's the best way to really go about anything, is to just set an example for others to follow. Because I know for me, I really can't sit down and listen to a bunch of information and try to recollect it and keep it in memory. So I'd rather see somebody do it, and that's another thing. Like we have to be kind of cautious the way we go about it, because like we said, social media is a hell of a drug. So if we use social media, it has to be in the right way. And when you guys know what I mean in the right way, like
Yeah,
not
I
taking
do.
advantage of people, and um, just not taking advantage of people and not misleading people behind the internet for likes. So being out in the real world and making a real impact, without a camera in your face, or without without capturing a moment for likes, and having a genuine sense of want to for any type of activity will kind of set the impact, will kind of set the standard for one. Um, and it's pretty much so pretty much to sum it up, you really have to really live and feel, you know, every action you take, somebody's kind of looking up to you in a sense. Like don't think your actions aren't looked upon. There's people looking up to you in this world. So if you're setting a good example for others to follow, others will follow in your footsteps. So I try to keep it as simple as possible and lead by example.
Facts. I try to do the same thing myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Facts.
I'm gonna say this right now. If you follow me on Instagram, I show everything. Everything.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, I'll show myself just on some regular chill shit at the bank. You know, if I show you one story of me, at a party doing something, I try this nowadays. Like, I try to prop my camera up, and I'll just be in here doing some work, being at school. I have like probably a random ass thought, and I'll just turn the camera on and just speak to y'all. Or even if I just turn the camera on and just have it recording, then I'll probably just either be cleaning or just be on the computer typing or just doing some random stuff, just to like not invite you too much into my world, but to show you like it's more than just surface level with me. Like, you may see a picture of me with a whole bunch of jewelry on and all these expensive clothes at a party. I just want you to show you, like, that's not every day. Some people, the only time you tap on their story is another vacation spot or another restaurant. Or another,
I got you.
That's how I'm trying to do it, because it's like, since everyone's on social media now, that's how you're really reaching people. And, I'm not in, school no more. I'm in school, but we're not on the campuses anymore. So you can't really see me other than on social media. And then you can't really see me at a party because I don't really go to parties like that. And if it is, it's with the homies, and it's a close family knit type thing. So, like, if you see me from afar, just know it's not just like a flashy lifestyle. Like, this is a regular lifestyle. I show the grind and the destination. So the process and the
you don't just give them the highlight reel. You give them the bloopers.
Yeah, I'll give you I'll give you the bloopers. And that's what our conversation is like. I'm not editing none of this. Like, I don't edit none of my stuff. Like, I just turn the camera on and turn Audacity on, and right there, whatever is said is said. Because it's real. Like, that's what's real. Like, it's authentic. It's real. It's authentic. It's raw, and that's the best type of content. This is the best type of content. That's how you really feel, and you really feel it. It's in your face. But we up to an hour 30 minutes now, so quick. We're gonna revisit that question again. What does success mean to you? What do you feel like success is defined as? And we're gonna start back. We're not gonna start with we're gonna start with Kalechi. Real quick, what do you feel like success is defined to you? Just to cap it all off.
I feel like success to me is defined on the continuation of completion of the goals that you take in order to reach your ultimate goal. That's success. The small steps that you take to reach your ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Completing that in a fashionable manner. And continue once you obtain your ultimate goal, helping others obtain their ultimate goal. That is successful to me.
Okay. What about you, Roos? One last quote.
Say, in my opinion, success is to have the ability to inspire others positively in a lifestyle type of way. It's always keep some sort of legacy for yourself that you were able to do something that someone else can do for themselves. And you've shown the path. You didn't hide it. You didn't keep it for yourself. You weren't keeping it like it was some sort of hidden family secret. Like, no, this is game. Anybody can get. You just need one thing, and that's just the heart to attain it. Yeah, that's what success for me.
All right, Steve.
I'm gonna put it like this. Y'all know the song "Big Amount," Drake, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Fire.
Y'all remember what 2 Chainz said in the beginning?
Nigga, if you woke up,
I gotta.
you winning.
There we go. If you woke up this morning, you winning. To me, success is being able to find a success in everything. There's success in a lot of things. There's success in waking up. There's success in getting out of bed. There's success in putting your mind towards what you want to do. There's success in planning it out. There's success in going through that plan, and there's the success of achieving that goal that you plan to reach. Doing that, I think just doing that in itself is successful because you're finding achievement in everything. You're finding accomplishment and achievement in everything. If you're able to do that, I would count you as successful.
Okay. Oh,
Beautiful. I mean, these gentlemen, they said some great things, but honestly, I ain't on none of that time. I'm talking about, you man, success going to the script club,
Yo.
big booty, buckles,
What's up?
all on the
Onyx.
cheek. Honus, spending money, flossing,
AOC.
shining, AP on your wrist, 50,000 in your ear.
Did this guy say Onyx? Get him out of
The
here.
bus now, you know what I mean?
Get him out of here.
No, no, success. Right now, choo-choo, edit it right now. Play that Drake song, Trey Songz. Play it right now. That's success.
I just want to be.
That's all I got to say. Listen to that song.
That was a song, wasn't it?
It's a great song. Listen, I'm not even edit it.
yeah, you can
Play the
listen to
song.
what Drake said. Drake's lyrics on that was,
Success.
"I'm 23 with a money tree, and just like that, I'm planning on." He said, "And what's more, I just planted
100 seeds.
I don't think.
Ooh, that's it. That's it.
What song was that again?
Successful, bro.
I got a YouTube video I'm gonna send you guys, man. It's a video talking about Drake and his success story, man. It's beautiful, bro.
They love Drake.
Link in bio.
Link in the bio.
But
But yeah, that's literally all I gotta say. That's me.
All right, man. So there we have it.
Facts.
Me, what I think success is basically sums up all around. Success is achieving your goals, living the process, enjoying the process, and achieving what you want, and then turning back and say, "Hey, let me help everybody else."
boom.
Right then and there. You know,
Beautiful.
23, 24, just get a money tree and then plant 100 seeds. But all right, that's been another episode. It's been another good episode of the AOC podcast. We're going to see you on
Beautiful.
the next episode.
Yes,
We
sir.
out this joint.
Peace.
We out this joint like a girl who just got done labor.
I got you.
All right.
Cut.
Call a spade, bro. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Call a spade, man. Success is Jerry, bro. Success is collection, man.
That
It's really
boy's
tough,
successful.
man. If you ain't Jerry, you ain't successful.
Ugh, come on.
If you ain't Steve, you ain't successful. What's up?
Whoa. What's going on with me, bro?
What's up, man? If you ain't Mr. MC on the mic, AOC.
Come on, bro. What are you giving these flowers for?